Hi, fourth grade. Today we're going to work on our Kehinde Wiley wallpaper background for the portraits we've been working on. So you're going to do something that's kind of odd today. You're going to cut a chunk out of your sketchbook cover to make a little template to make your wallpaper. So let's get started. So I just cut a small chunk out. Don't take a ton, don't ruin your cover, but you do need a little piece. If you don't want to cut out your sketchbook cover, you could get a piece of cereal box or cracker box, something that's a little thicker than your regular paper. And then you're going to draw some kind of design on it. Now, Kehinde Wiley used a lot of flowers, but floral designs in his wallpaper. So, staying with the spirit of what he does, I'm going to make a flower that I can trace. So I want to do something like this. Now the thing is, it won't matter how many details I put in the middle of it because you're not going to see all of that. You're only going to see the shape. So only worry about the shape of it. You're only going to get this outside shape. Alright, so that's my flower shape. I'm going to cut that out and trace it to make my wallpaper background. So I'll cut it out and come right back. So I'm all done cutting. And this is what it looks like on the front, but this is what the shape is going to look like. I want to draw a diagonal very lightly across my page. You can use a ruler if you want, but don't make it hard. So there's a diagonal. I want my pattern to follow this line. So I'm going to draw some lines that are parallel to that I'm just going to use as a guideline. Now draw another diagonal across this way and space those out evenly. So I'm going to put one of these in each diamond shape. Let me see if, why don't I start by checkerboarding it and we'll see how it works out. I'm going to use this side to trace. Helps if you have a sharp pencil. Oh, that's my sharpest pencil. So the more ins and outs you have on your cutting, which I have a lot, the more difficult it is going to be to trace. So you might want to consider that when you choose your design. So there's one. So if I go right here with it, it's really not going to work too well because it's going to bump in. Although I can hook it. Why don't I work with this? I'm going to hook it in like that. Whenever we do something in art class, it's always, at least for a lot of the assignments I come up with, there's always a little bit of experimentation that goes on. And I think that's important because rarely in reality are things just going to work out the way you think they are. You have to be able to be flexible and know how to deal with that flexibility and experimentation whenever you do something, especially if it's some kind of project. So I'm trying to get these points to kind of fit into the inside hook of each of these while still keeping it going in the same direction. So it's lining up in there like that. So this one's going to come into here like that. And now then I'll do my next row. I'll come back when I'm all done. Alright, I've decided to restart because I think it's going to be too tricky if I do it like that. Focus, there we go. So, here's what I'm going to do. Take your piece after you cut it out and put it down right up at the top corner, and then draw a straight line down. Then draw a straight line across using that piece as a measurement. So what I'm trying to do is make it so I can fit most of a whole piece into each box. And then I'm going to go through it and checkerboard this design. All right, I'll be right back with that now. All right, now I have it all traced out. Now I want to think of something I can go through this space with to kind of connect it together. So I was thinking of like a vine, but I don't want it to be exactly a vine. So I'm going to make a kind of a curvy line. It's going to wind through this whole thing. And I'm going to add a second line. And then I'll put, I guess it is a vine, put a leaf on each section. And that's going to go there. And I'll make another one here. And I'll make one right here. Now it's starting to look like wallpaper. I can go in and add just that detail. So here's my original drawing. So I need to go like this, and add these curves. Add some designs like that, and this goes like that. I'll do that to each of these. Add some more details like this. And then I'll be ready for color. So I know it's pretty complicated. We'll see how it goes.